welcome to the first episode of 10 Minutes You Will Never Get Back, starring G and
Krishan.
Alright. Season 1, Episode 1, and we're gonna start off with topic number 1. Why is baseball the worst sport?
I have a little problem with this, because is baseball even a sport?
That's true. I guess you can argue that it's not. I mean, but there's a lot of fat fucks in the game who sweat enough and they'll argue for it. So
yeah, that's kind of true. You know what I mean? But I'm being very serious, right? Like, okay, if we're gonna call it a sport, then what else qualifies as a sport? All right,
true.
Is bowling a sport? If it is a sport, it's probably one of the worst. What do you think?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if we're gonna constitute sweat, then you sweat in chess too, right? Is chess a sport? Ping pong.
You can't really call baseball players athletes or athletic. Maybe some of them, but
Yeah, no, I agree. I think playing is more fun than watching. I don't know where we got the whole kind of mixed up in the whole, oh, I'm gonna watch a baseball game today. It's fucking 3.5 hours of your time.
But is it more fun?
It's fun playing.
Because it looks like 90% standing around.
Yeah. Well, we used to play recreational, kind of like a Sunday fucking drunk dad baseball kind of thing in the park with tennis balls and metal bats.
Let me switch the question for you. Name me a worse sport than baseball.
Golf.
Wow, we're really getting like lenient with that word sport now. Would you say golf is worse than baseball?
I enjoy golf more. But I think if you're going to argue for... If you want to talk about more time lost for what you're watching, half the time they're in the fucking caddy, just driving around looking for the fucking golf ball.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Right?
I would say baseball, at least you have some exciting moments, right? Baseball, I'm not a big fan. Right? God bless America, I'm not a big fan. But it's too much suspense, you know?
Yeah.
Like you're waiting for something to happen.
It's like a knockoff Tarantino movie, right?
Oh,
so it's like, you know, that's what it is. But, yeah, I mean, I think to call it the worst sport might be too bold, but to say it falls under that category, I think would be all right.
Another one other than golf.
A sport? Actual sport?
If that's the question. If it's not the worst, what's worse?
But it's kind of like the same thing with soccer. It looks fun, but like I try. It looks.
I
Like
like soccer.
It's just, why is there so much noise in the background watching the fucking games?
Right.
Like,
Okay.
what the fuck is this horn going off?
I don't think so. I think soccer is pretty up there for the best sports. I don't think.
Alright, guys. So we have topic number 2. Least liked or most favorite TV show, movie as of late. I'm gonna let Krishan start first.
I got a few, man. It's kind of tough.
Okay. Well, why don't I start off and then Krishan
We'll
finish off. So I started watching the All Saints of Newark just last night, and it was good. It was a good premise. It's supposed to be a prequel to The Sopranos. I never watched The Sopranos, but you hear about it in the background of other people talking about it, especially the fucking last 20 years.
You've never seen The Sopranos, but you're starting from the prequel, bro.
That's the best way to start.
The Sopranos was amazing. Well, I don't know how well it would have aged. No, it's still good, man.
They said the first 4 seasons are like amazing, and then after that it gets kind of squirrely.
Especially, you know, if you want real Jersey culture, not some Jersey Shore stuff, it's kind of true to, well, not, you know, the extravagant mob stuff, but
yeah,
the scenario. So how was it?
I gotta give it a watch. But so I started watching it. It was good. The premise was good. They have James Gandolfini's actual son in the movie, and
That's
of playing him as a younger him. So a lot of the premise, a lot of the stuff was cool. It was great. They had Ray Liotta in the movie as like an older uncle, like father figure, kind of mob boss kind of guy. Bro, he's so fucking old. Like, why are you still making movies? They can't find anybody else. Yo, he's so old and so full of fucking plastic surgery.
What's it on?
I watched it on some streaming site.
Oh, wow. That's the way to go.
Whatever was provided.
We're not recommending illegal activity.
Yeah. But yeah, so we watched it, and It was fun. It was good. It was good so far, but it's just sometimes when you're watching certain content, as good as it may be, there's one like factor in there. It just kills it for everything else in the movie, and it never lifts off as like it's supposed to. Bro, his overacting, it's just like he's not made for it. It's the same thing with Robert De Niro in these old mafia movies that he's trying to remake.
Yeah, but back then overacting was normal.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't fly no more.
Would you gotta feel the culture.
Would you recommend it?
No. Save your money, save your time.
Oh, wow.
Final take.
I think I'm a bit more of an easy critic. So I've seen a few of the recent movies, actually. Venom just came out.
Oh, with Carnage?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Which I haven't seen, but I'm looking forward to. Of the few new movies that I have seen, I would say Free Guy. Free Guy is pretty awesome.
Isn't that the one with what's his fucking
Ryan Reynolds?
I started watching. That was an interesting.
Did you like it?
I started watching. I liked it. I did.
Because I like it because it has a philosophical like background idea, but at the same time it doesn't like go so overbearingly focused on that.
Yeah.
And
I like movies like that. They take a chance. Right. It's not your plain old be a fucking Marvel movie, blah blah yada yada yada. A random fucking worm guy, worm man, lampshade guy. What the fuck? They'll make a movie out of anything.
And Netflix has been satisfying me lately, pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay. I never watched Lucifer, right?
I heard it was good.
And now the last season just got released. So I don't like watching shows until they're done. So I watched 6 seasons in like 2.5 weeks. Well, that thing, it was awesome.
It's great.
It was awesome. But you know, it's kind of like, what's your flavor of show?
Yeah.
Right? So it's like Lucifer's, if you like those Buffy type shows, those,
There's a little bit of sci-fi in there?
Superman.
I mean, obviously,
shows.
there's going to be, right?
Yeah, it's sci-fi. It's kind of like, if you like the Marvel shows, you'll probably love Lucifer. What I really want to talk about is Squid Games.
I was thinking about watching it. It just sounds like liquidy and disgusting.
Amazing.
Is it?
Squid Games amazing. It's K-drama. It's a Korean, okay? And I don't want to describe too much of it, but basically, if you ever seen a Royal Rumble? No. What was that old movie with the high school kids? It was, I think, a Japanese movie, where they all have to kill each other.
I'm not sure. So.
Okay, it was what was the name of that movie?
But is it kind of like a Hunger Games kind of thing? Like.
Okay, so I want to see how I can describe this accurately. Squid Games is like, let's just say Deadly Games.
Okay.
It's like Deadly Games, and it's suspenseful. It delivers. It's action packed. It builds characters. It's a really good show. I liked it. I liked it so much that I looked for other Korean dramas, and so I found one called Sisyphus the Myth. And bro, I'm like 3 episodes from finishing. This show, I think it's pretty phenomenal. It's one of the best shows I've seen in a while.
They're both series or what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Sisyphus the Myth. So for the Squid Games, you get good closure for the first season. Okay? I don't know if they're going to make another one. First season, you get good closure. Sisyphus the Myth, I did not finish yet, but I'm pretty sure you're going to get good closure too. And I would highly recommend these. I haven't seen anything too bad lately. Perfect. So go get into some Korean dramas. Don't judge me until you watch them. Alright?
Alright, guys, that's 2. Squid Games and Sisyphus.
The Myth. Free Guy. And don't watch the Sopranos prequel.
The last topic is thoughts on U.S. exit strategy of Afghanistan. Krishan, I'm going to let you start off.
Okay. What strategy? What strategy?
The no strategy.
They said, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, listen, I think that we had to leave. I'm happy we're out. I think they did it too fast. I think Biden messed up because his generals even told him we should keep some troops there for a little while. Otherwise, the Taliban resurgence is going to happen like rapidly. And he didn't listen. They got out. We had to get out anyway. And whether it took short time or a long time, that resurgence was going to happen. The only thing I don't like is how we left all of the people that helped us behind.
Yeah. I think I kind of go back and forth a little bit. I'm like, I have similar feelings. Like, hey, listen, I wish there was a better way we would have gotten out. Then I'm like, all right, what would have been a better way? Maybe more of a heads up to like the the people who are there, and just so we have a proper like backdoor exit for them. Like, hey, listen, we'll grant you citizenship, yada yada yada. Like a process for them to come over. To either U.S. or one of our friendly states or friendly ally countries. But then I'm like, the Taliban also gets that heads up too, right? So then they can also come in, sneakily, imposing as a regular Afghan, like, refugee.
But here's the problem: who's gonna help us now?
Yeah.
Right, because this is how America treats our friends abroad when they try to help us in a war.
Yeah.
Right, that's not a good look. And on top of that, we still need eyes on the ground over there.
Yeah.
So it's like if those people, like we still needed people there to look out for us, to see what's going on, because we're gonna leave that state alone, and if you just let that cultivate, then it's gonna be it could become problematic.
So do you think it's better that we should have stayed there, but just in less of a capacity?
I don't think that we can keep fighting the world's wars like that, right? So it's like it's not our job to look over the Taliban's government, to look over the Afghanistan government, right? Which is going to become the Taliban government, and the Taliban keeps pretending like they're going to try to be more cordial, right? Like, oh yeah, we'll let women learn a little bit or get jobs, and we're not going to attack nobody. Who knows if that's true? But let's not forget that Trump administration did make the agreements with Taliban to get out. And Biden
just kind of followed through.
He didn't have to, because they didn't meet their conditions, right? There were supposed to be a few conditions that were met before we left, but he decided, hey, it's time to get out. So.
Yeah, it's hard to. These are sensitive topics too. It's hard to find a hard like steady straight answer, because what I feel like however you move, there's going to be some drawback. There's going to be some consequences no matter how you move about. I think one thing about the Middle East and just that area of the world, I feel like they're still kind of behind in terms of government structure and social development, that maybe without our intervention, it's just going to be fucking complete savagery. I don't know. I felt like it was wild before we got there.
Yeah, but we didn't go there to fix their government.
Right.
We went there to punish Al Qaeda for attacking our Twin Towers. Right? And then we stayed behind for who knows what reason.
Well, we do want to veil, right? It's kind of like, it's like, hey, we're doing this, but we're really doing that.
Right. And like, who even knows the legitimacy of the reasons we went there in the first place?
Yeah.
Weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and like going off of like me saying we're helping with it, we're doing it. This is all hearsay of what I'm reading in the news. I don't even know what's really going on out there, right? I don't know real Afghani people like
if
that.
You know what's really going on, leave it in the comments.
All right. Other than that, those are our thoughts.
And these are 10 minutes you'll never get back.